Can you hear me now? Okay. I don't know what's going on there. Alright, hang tight everybody. Alright, hang tight everybody. I'm going to try something here once. Alright. Now we're going to try this one more time. And yes, OBS is being very stupid for some reason. I don't know why. It's ramping out my CPU. I don't know. It's weird. Never done that before. So I lowered the settings a little bit. Hopefully, hopefully it'll at least stay stable. Alright, so. Oh. So you guys worried about the cat being thrown off the table. Well, he came back. Because he's a floofy jerk. Mwah. Hey, Fluff. Ah. Trust me, he's never too upset about being thrown off. I've thrown him off the bed, and he just turns right around and comes right back. He's a bit of a jerk like that. He's a very needy cat. He's always got to be like up my butt 24 hours a day. Mwah. Oh, so how are we doing? So we got hey Logan, Dave, Sad Mac, Joris, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, hey Mike Mullet, and Soulblats. Let's go up here. Hey Madeline, I see she's here. Brock. And of course Steve from Mac 84. And Dana's here. So, hey Thomas. So first thing I want to announce is I just looked at my YouTube stats this morning, right around the time I was getting ready to start the stream here, and I am at exactly 500 subscribers. So yay, that's a good thing. So I'm halfway to my goal of 1,000. So we're getting there slowly, but we're getting there. And for anybody who's watching, if you haven't already done so, don't forget I am giving away, for 850 subscribers, I'm giving away an iPad Mini 1 16 gig model in black. So when we hit that milestone, anybody who's entered can potentially win the iPad. It works perfectly. It's a great little machine. I've owned it since it was new. It's my own personal iPad. So, you know, it's been well taken care of. It's not like a piece of crap I picked up off the street and fixed up or anything. And it's never been broken or nothing. So, great little machine. Still very usable today. I like the little mini. Very light, very easy to use. So, you know, so don't forget that's a thing. And of course, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving away a 2008 17-inch MacBook Pro. which actually might be upgraded to a 2009 by then. I don't know. It depends. So the 2008 I have needs work. It needs a new logic board, so it's a possibility. I'm in the process of buying a new MacBook Pro at the moment from one of the Mac Yak guys, not Steve. He came into some I think it's a 2011, a couple 2011s with Core i7s in them. 13-inch models, so they don't have the graphics problems that the 15s and 17s do. So I'm in the process of buying one of those. I may instead give away my I'm not sure where it is at the moment. I think it's in the bedroom. My 17-inch 2009 MacBook Pro. Beautiful machine, works wonderful, very fast for a Core 2 Duo. Very hot, but very fast. But we'll cross that milestone when we get to it. But so I got two things I want to show you, and we get the other one here. So this isn't the star of the show, but this is going to be a big participant in future shows. So Dave Stahl, who is an absolutely awesome dude, by the way, and if you're not subscribed to I think he changed his name to Dave's Vintage Apple Tech now. So good for you, Dave. I'm glad you finally changed your name. He used to just be David Stahl, but he did change his channel name finally. So he was kind enough to donate a whoops. And let's see here. This one. He was kind enough to donate a USB audio device to me that he used to use on his G4 Cube. So Dave has been very instrumental in like helping me with my Cube. So this is all it is. It's just a tiny little USB audio device. Has microphone and audio output jacks. Prada, you're not the star of the show today, no matter how much you want to be. So now this won't give you the bong when you first turn the computer on, but it'll give me audio otherwise. So that's perfect. I don't really care if it chimes when I turn it on. There's a light on the top that tells me when it's on, so it's not a big deal. So that's going to be a thing. My ultimate goal with the Cube is that I have a 23-inch Apple Cinema display that I've had for quite some time. I've had it for several years, actually. And I have the ADC to DVI adapter for it. And I've actually used it. I used it on my Mac Mini at work for quite some time. So I adapted from, you want to hear about adaptive technologies. So I went from HDMI to DVI, from DVI into the power adapter, from DVI to ADC, and then ADC into the monitor. It worked though. I mean, the resolutions weren't the greatest, but it did work. And the monitor's actually very nice. So ultimately, I want to have the 23-inch ADC screen with the Cube and the original keyboard and mouse, and have it all set up as basically a retro G4 game platform. It's a wonderful system because it still runs OS 9, it runs OS 10, so I can run all my classic games, I can run OS 10 games, at least PowerPC ones, and and it all will match, with the plastic and the coloration. And one other thing I discussed is making the Cube clear, so you can see inside of it. And depending on the display, I might actually consider doing that with the 23-inch cinema display as well. I mean, I do have some 17-inch and 15-inch studio displays, which are more compact and they're a little more fitting for the Cube. But first of all, none of them have feet on them. They all work, but none of them have feet. And on top of that, I like the 23-inch display. So the you get more resolution, and it kind of goes with the higher end of the spectrum. So yeah, I do have a lot of plans for the Cube. Things are a little tight right now, so I'm not really pushing anything. So you're a floof. What the floof do you want? I don't give a floof. Go away. By the way, I just want to let anybody know, if you ever decide to get a Maine Coon cat, this is the shit you're going to have to deal with. Okay? These things are like freaking... they're like magnets. They just want to be up your butt 24 hours a day. So... I love him to death, though. He's the sweetest cat in the world. So... what screensaver am I using on the setup behind me? Oh, flying toasters, dude. Come on. How can you not know there's flying toasters on my computer behind me? It's flying toasters 24 hours a day in this house. I would have flying toasters wallpaper in my bedroom if it was available. So, there was somebody who actually... I don't know if you can see it. There's actually somebody who recreated just a basic flying toaster screensaver for Mac OS, I think it's 9, or I'm sorry, Mac OS 10.9 and up. So unfortunately, this is not a PowerPC deal. This is a strict up Intel, but it is the original Berkeley Systems After Dark flying toasters from After Dark 2.0. So it's just flying toasters and toast. They don't do any acrobatics or anything like they do in the later version, which I actually think is cute. So, but yeah, I always have the flying toasters going. So, I love flying toasters. Oh. Hey Jay, thank you. All right, now on to the main event. So yesterday, I walked down to my mailbox, and as most of you guys know, I live in a second floor apartment, so I was expecting an Amazon package. So I got a notice from Amazon that my package was delivered. Okay. So I walked out in the hall, practically fell on my face because the idiots put it right in front of my door, and the package weighs about 35 pounds. Because it had several cases of soda in it. Yes, I ordered soda from Amazon because it's cheap. And I happened to look downstairs, and there's this white box shoved in my mailbox. And my neighbor says, I'm surprised they even got that in there. And to be honest with you, I was surprised too, because my mailbox is tiny. So, but I got this white box, and it just says, from Big Mess O Wires in Belmont, California. And it shipped to me. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't order anything from them. And I couldn't even remember everything they sold. I know they sold a lot of stuff for vintage Apple machines and stuff like that. So some jerk over in New Jersey said, oh yeah, by the way, I sent you a package. I said, okay. He told me this like 3 days ago. I said, okay, fine. I figured maybe something I forgot when I was there. He just decided to throw in the mail or something. Well, this isn't obviously from New Jersey. So I had to find out what the heck it was. So I opened it up and it's like, oh shit. this. Now I know where this came from. So this was actually a drop shipment from Steve from Mac 84, and this is something I've been wanting, but I haven't had the extra funds at the moment to justify buying one, with the way my job and everything's going, and the fact that I'm getting ready to change jobs, which is going to kind of put me in a bit of a financial hole for a little while. And it hasn't been a huge priority. So apparently Steve was kind enough to buy this for me and send it over here. So without further ado, I know what's in here. I opened it up. So we're going to change the camera, so we're going to unbox it. I didn't touch anything yet, but I do know what's in here. So, and I'm going to put his banner at the bottom of the screen, since in all reality this stream is like fully sponsored by Steve. So, and yeah, if you guys don't visit his channel and watch him, you guys are idiots. So we're going to open this up. And we're going to take everything out the box. Oh, Simon, jerk. So, what we have here is bubble wrap that I can't get into. And by the way, if you guys are looking for anything strange for your vintage Apples, Big Mess of Wires is actually a good place to look. They do have a lot of stuff for all kinds of machines, from the Apple II all the way up until, you know, the early Power Macs. So, so we have here a Big Mess of Wires floppy emu, which is something I've really wanted for quite some time. And if any of you are unfamiliar with this device, this is a modern floppy drive emulator. It uses an SD card in here, micro SD card, and it lets you basically hook this directly into either an Apple II or a Macintosh, and it works both ways. However, when you first get it, it's programmed for an Apple II, so that's the machine we're going to use it on. And you can emulate a floppy on an Apple II or Mac, and on the older Macs, the 128, 512, and I think even the Plus and the SE will support it. It'll actually emulate an HD20 hard drive, a 20 meg hard drive, which is a special hard drive that Apple made for the original 3 Macs to plug into the floppy port. So, yeah, this is just like totally freaking awesome. I have wanted one of these for a while. Steve brought his over here. He has 1 or 2 of these, and he brought it over, and we were playing with it when he brought the Classic 2 over. So it comes with a ribbon cable. Once again, it's a 19. I think it's a 19-pin cable. And this plugs into the floppy port on the back of your 2GS or your Apple II or a Mac, or if you're like me and you have an older model, you can unplug this and it'll actually plug directly into the Disk 2 card on the Apple II, like if you have the older Disk 2 controller. So, but I guess this was the deluxe edition. So it came with I have no idea what else on here, but there's a micro SD card and an adapter here, which is actually branded Big Mess of Wires. And basic instructions, just and apparently this cost $126, so it's not terribly expensive, really. But here's the fun part. So this is where we get the moniker "Some Assembly Required." So it comes with this particular one. You can buy it without the case, I guess. But this particular one comes with a plastic case. And these are the ones that Steve has. It's actually really cool looking. And Steve said this is just loads of fun for the whole family to try to assemble. Mostly because the paper is such a bear to get off of the acrylic. And I see what he means. Steve, I couldn't sue you. Trust me. You don't have any money either. All your money's tied up in... The only thing I could sue you for would be like an Apple III or something. It's not like you have anything terribly worth money, you know. And if you had like a lease of one or something, yeah, I'd probably sue you for that. But the chances of that ever happening are pretty slim. So there it is. It's not too bad. Of course, then again, I haven't gotten to the real little parts either. Luckily, I haven't cut my thumbnail lately either, so it comes in handy for stuff like this. This is porn for anybody who really gets into this stuff. Likes tearing the covers off of, taking the little plastic protector sheets off your your silver case or LCD screens. Like, ooh, it's being undressed. Oh my gosh, Steve. Oh, trust me, I could lift it up the stairs. Maybe not all together. Oh, what is it? No. I don't know what's going on here with this machine. It's going to get replaced soon, so... What's the matter, Sassafras? And by the way, this case is like wonderfully made. They really put a lot of attention into it. It's not like it's just a bunch of pieces slapped together. They actually did do some design. Product, come on, to actually make it look nice. I mean, it's like frosted and laser etched. Prada, come on. I think this is the part that Steve was telling me about, because it's so many tiny little things here. Probably from when it was laser printed. I think I'm going to leave it on the little Mac guy. That looks kind of cool. I don't know. I think that looks cool. What do you think? But I have to say this thing is very well designed and very nicely done. You know, it's not like it's just a cheap thrown together case. If anybody ever decides to get one of these, I would just simply because it does look really nice. And it will help protect the electronics of the floppy emulator as well. Could have did all this off stream, but I thought it'd be more fun to torture all of you with this. I mean, I figure if I have to be tortured with it, everybody else should be tortured with it too. Yeah, I'm not that sophisticated either. It doesn't really make much noise when you peel it off, though. It's not like when you're pulling the plastic film off the like the LCDs and stuff, where it kind of makes that weird sound. Alright, so I guess these are the buttons. Okay. Smells fresh. And luckily it looks like if you have at least 2 brain cells, you can probably figure out how to put it together without actually going on. There are instructions online from what I saw on how to assemble this. But it would appear that, truthfully, if you have more than 2 brain cells, you could probably do it without the instructions. And since I'm a guy and I don't read the instructions, we're going to try it without the instructions. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Trina. Something's going on with my machine here. It's acting really stupid. I don't know. I don't know if it's because the computer's not kicking me any errors. It was kicking me an overrun error earlier where it was just getting overloaded. I honestly believe that it's YouTube causing more problems than anything. I think the problem is that YouTube isn't actually taking the data as fast as I'm sending it. So, because I know nothing else is going on my internet connection at the moment. And the other problem I'm having, and I don't know if you've ever heard of this, Trina, since you're into PCs, is so I have everything in my house is networked, obviously, but everything in my house is networked with cables. I don't do Wi-Fi. I'm not a big Wi-Fi fan. I have Wi-Fi, but I don't really. I use it only pretty much for the portable devices like my iPad, my iPhone, stuff like that. I don't even use it for my iPhone. Prada, Christopher, you are going to get everything out of whack here. And so this Lenovo, this is a Lenovo I think it's an M82 Mini. It's just a tiny little thing. Did I peel that off? I don't think I did. Multi-layers. Oh yeah, there we go. So it's got everything in. It's got gigabit Ethernet, Wi-Fi. Actually, a nice little computer for a PC. But for some reason, I can do everything on this computer through the Ethernet, which is what I prefer. But when I go to stream with OBS, OBS won't stream unless I connect to Wi-Fi. So I have a feeling that might be another reason why I'm having frames and stuff dropping out. Is because my Wi-Fi connection just can't. I don't know. I just think it just can't keep up. Because, you know, it's Wi-Fi. I don't know, it's the weirdest damn thing I've ever run into. Yeah, I apologize. I don't know what else to do. So well, I guess if anybody wants to know what watching YouTube on a G5 is like, then this stream ought to be a good Yes, we are making a floppy email. That was so generously donated to me by Steve from Mac84. And you're going to have to give me one moment. I need to go do something real quick. Un momento. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we got the bottom, and this is frosted. So that's where the cable's going to come out. Okay, and that's where the SD card's going to go. Maybe. Maybe not. Well, they actually did design this to make it idiot-proof. Which is good, because I'm an idiot. I think I see what Steve is saying about assembling it. Oh wow, this is going to be a little bit finicky. Put that one upside down. Well, that didn't work. Well, shit. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe what we ought to do is assemble it this way. Ah, yeah, that would probably work better. What do you think? What do you think? Yes, Fluffy Butt. Oops. Alright, we're going to try this again. Oh, yes. I really ought to see if there's a way I can disable the Wi-Fi card in this computer, because I find it pretty useless. I mean, it's oh, shit. It's all built onto the motherboard, so you know, I'm not exactly sure what I can and cannot do. But yes, I definitely need to look into disabling the Wi-Fi card, because, yeah, I don't understand why. Why it does that. Prada? God damn it, cat. He's lucky he's cute and fluffy, because otherwise I'd have to kill him. And he is a sweetheart. Yeah. He gets... I love him to death, but he gets so upset and so weird if he feels like he's being excluded. I mean, he is a Maine Coon, so I mean, he does have to be the center of attention for everything, of course, because that's just the way they are. They're kind of jerks like that. But he is cute and he's very sweet. I mean, he's like the freaking loveliest cat in the world. I've never had a cat as loving as him. But it does get kind of annoying sometimes. Because then he wants to be the center of attention all the time. Like now. Or when I'm going to the bathroom. Or when I'm trying to cook food. Or when I'm trying to answer the door. Or when I'm sitting at my desk just trying to watch a YouTube video. You know. Well, I'll be an SOB. That looks like that's it. Well, except for the fact that the nuts that came with these screws don't seem to fit. Now that one does. Yes, Siamese cats, they're not so much that they want to be the center of attention, but they are very, very vocal cats. Yeah. They're very, very loving cats. And they're absolutely gorgeous. I'd love to have a Siamese myself, but man, they are very vocal animals. They definitely love to talk to you. They love to tell you what's going on in their life. So there's one nut here. Does not fit properly, but that's okay. It'll stay together. Prada, not a toy. I don't even know what that is. Voila! Steve was right. It is a little fiddly to put together, but there it is. Sorry if I've been doing it off out of frame. Hopefully Prada's been keeping everybody entertained. No. Nobody can adopt Prada. My ex, I think the part of the reason my ex doesn't want to take any of the cats is because the one cat that she did want, I wouldn't give her, and that was Prada. Because truthfully, if it wasn't for him, I probably would have killed myself or done some other bodily harm. Because he's been there for me all this whole time. Him and my sassafras have really been my little buddies lately. That, and I think they're kind of happy that she's not here, because they get the whole run of the bed now. In. There we go. Alrighty. So what do you say? We try it out? I don't know what this little square piece is for. This case is pretty nice. Well, I have an extra piece. I have an extra square here. I'm not quite sure what it's for. Maybe I'll read the instructions. Figure it out then. Yeah. Yeah, there's one nut that definitely doesn't want to fit in. Alright. So, now, from what I understand, this is already set up for an Apple II, right? Yes, firmware for Apple II disk emulation is pre-installed. Okay. Which is the primary thing I want to use this on, but I also want to use it on my Mac. Classic. So, let's get an appropriate era computer out. We're going to use a Apple IIe, which, oh, this does have a regular, okay. This has a regular unit disk card in it. So, plug that in the IPO. Now my 2 Plus has a disk 2 card in it. So what I would do is just unplug the adapter here and just plug the cable directly into the disk 2 card. We need power. All the power. And we need composite video. And I can't get my, whoops, not that one. And I cannot get my composite video capture thingy to work on this computer. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to look at the screen. And for this, I apologize. I don't even know how well this is going to come out on a LCD. To be perfectly honest with you. Well, here goes something. And I have no video signal. Why do I have no video signal? Okay, I'm on composite. Okay. Well, this sucks. What's going on here? Might turn into a repair video. This machine worked fine the last time I used it. I don't have another composite video here, or a composite monitor, unfortunately. Let me take out the RAM factor board. Huh. Wow. I wonder... Alright, let me try one more thing here before I break something else out. This is just a crappy video cable. Possible it's no good. Let's try it. Try a good one. I know I have a good one here. There it is. Of course, it's also possible that the composite signal that this computer puts out may not even be recognized by this display. I don't know why it wouldn't. My friend used to use it on his Commodore 64. Huh. That's weird. Okay. Well, okay, let's go to plan B. I can stick with this later. This isn't even my computer, so. This belongs to Greg Hrutkay of Hrutkay Mods. I am simply storing it for him under the premise that basically I get to do with it whatever I need to with it. Let's dig this chunk out. All right. So here we have the Apple II Plus. This is mine. It's sort of working. It's not perfect. Well, definitely not perfect. There's not even a freaking disk interface card in it. What the hell, Michael? So, this one here we're going to do disk 2 emulation. And I know from experience with Steve's that you have to make sure that you line the red wire up with pin 1. 8, 7, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, this is 6. Okay. And this is another one of those that it worked the last time I used it. It does need a cap replaced in the power supply, but the machine still works. Huh. Yeah, it's not even trying to load. Huh. Well, I'm not getting anything out of either one of these machines. I'm getting no video signal at all. unfortunately don't have a standard composite monitor here. Let me just try something else. Huh. Well, guess I'll have some work to do on both of these machines. Well, this sucks. Sorry about that, guys. I trying to figure out what's going on with my Apple IIs here. This one worked fine, except for it had a cap explode in the power supply, and I have to fix the keyboard. The keyboard's not working very good. But it does work. This one here was working perfect. I don't understand what's up with this one. This machine here was 100% the last time I used it. As a matter of fact, I even played some games on it the last time I had it out. Oh, whoops. I guess we should plug it in, maybe. Okay, well, the computer's working because it's actually loading the disk. Hey! Yeah, I know, Steve. Windows just told me that it wasn't happy. Okay, product, come on. Let me try something once. So I'm trying to load AppleWorks 2.0, and it's not too happy about that either. Yeah, it must be it must be having issues with the text modes on the Apple IIe here, because anytime it goes to load anything text-based, it doesn't want to load. Or doesn't want to display. See, when I can get a graphics display. Oh. Hmm. Oh, this is Choplifter. I have no idea how to play it. I know how to play it, I just don't know how to play it. I think you may need a joystick for this. I chose this particular game because I did something. All right. Yeah, I think there's something a little funky with the keyboard here. But it is working. So, it's just this monitor is not this monitor is not keen on displaying the funky composite modes that the Apple II puts out. So I'm going to have to get a real NTSC composite display for it. There it is. So, but it does work, at least on the 2E it does. It may also work on the 2 Plus. It's just the 2 Plus may not have had enough memory to load what I was attempting to load. It's also possible my disk. I think I have a bad disk 2 card somewhere. Also, I know if I use the last thing I think I used this Unidisc card in the 2 Plus last time. Because I had it up and running, I think when Steve was here last. But it's only got 64K of RAM in it. This one here has, I believe, 256. in it, because this has a RamWorks 3 card in it, which will actually take the Apple IIe to I think 2 or 3 megs, which is a lot of memory for a 2e. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you have tons of composite TVs. I mean, I have a big 80-inch one here on the wall. I mean, I could hook it up to. That's got a composite input on the back, but I think it's a little overkill. You know, playing a 8-color, 8-bit game on an 80-inch widescreen television is a little out there. But hey, I've done stupider shit. So, but it does work. So thank you very, very much, Steve. That was an extremely generous donation. And believe me, I will get lots of use out of it. And I think maybe one of my next... I'm going to do a stream Friday. I'm going to try to finish working on one of my iMacs that I have here that I'm getting rid of. Steve gave me a part to try to get that fixed. So Friday, probably around 7 o'clock Eastern time, I'm going to be doing a live stream. I'm off work Friday, so Thursday is my last day at the garage. I'm taking 3 days off for mental health. Not sure why. I've had the last 5 days off, and I'm broke as a joke. So scraping quarters together just to buy cat food. So, but yeah, I'll have to. Somewhere around here, I do have an old LCD monitor, I think. Or not a monitor, an LCD television. It's a really old model. Oh my god, hell, it was my mom's, and she's been dead 12 years now. So, but I know it does work. I just have to find it. It's in this disaster somewhere. I think it's in the death trap that we call the closet. Yeah, the closet over there is kind of like Steve's whole basement. It's just like you open a door and just shit falls out. So, if you want to donate, I mean, I have a Patreon page, but you can. I mean, if you ever want to donate anything. You can always send PayPal donation. I do have a PayPal. I've had PayPal for probably 20 years now. I mean, you can always use my email. Seriously? Oh my god. By the way, I hate Windows. And Sean put my PayPal address in. Sean from Action Retro is actually one of my patrons, and as is hi Shadow, as is Trina Conrad. She was actually my very first patron. This is Shadow, guys. He very rarely comes out. Wants to be in the limelight. So, but I also, you know, I have other invisible patrons as well. Steve from Mac 84, Greg Hrutkay from Hrutkay Mods, Steve especially. He's my biggest supporter. He's been a huge help. Dave Stahl from Dave's Retro Tech. He's without him. I mean, I don't think I would have gotten the. I never would have gotten as far as I have with my Cube. I mean, the processor upgrade alone. You know, I mean, I've donated stuff to him. I donated most of a G4 laptop, and you know, he's helped me out with the process. He helped me with a replacement processor, then he helped me with an upgrade processor, and then he sent me the USB sound device. So, you know, Dave's been a huge help with the Cube. Of course, Steve has too, because he's the one that got it for me. So, you know, I look at it this way. I'm not monetized, so, you know, whatever you guys, you know, I make no money doing this. Everything that I do here costs me money, and I've spent thousands upon thousands of dollars doing this channel, and unfortunately at this point in time, since I live alone, so I have to pay all the bills myself now. You know, finances got real tight, and that's why I really haven't come out with any like new content, because I don't have the extra money at the moment to go buy things. You know, just willy nilly like I kind of did before. I do have a video coming out from Marcintosh, which is in help from Steve. I stole one of his I stole one of his power books, and so I'm going to do a thing on the what I'm going to, I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but it's going to be the worst power book ever made. And if anybody's been in the retro community since, well, I mean in the Mac community since the 90s, you guys will know which model I'm talking about. But I've been fighting with it here and there, because the floppy drive's not totally working. The computer works fine. The floppy drive's a little finicky. The eject isn't working, so I got to sit there and manually eject. It's just a pain in the ass. But I've been trying to put some games on it, and of course, being black and white or 1-bit grayscale, so it's 4 shades of gray, it's very difficult to put games on it that will actually run. Unlike my power books, my 2 power books are 160 and 165, and those have a 640 by 400 resolution, so they're really hard to find games for. The one I'm working on is 640 by 480, but it's only 4 shades of gray. And of course, most games want color, and the ones that you do find are usually old games that are made for like the black and white Macs. You know, not that there's anything wrong with those games, but it's, you know, they're kind of a pain in the butt. So, but I do have I do have one video I am going to do. I'm not going to say a scripted video, because I don't write scripts. That is not me. I just turn a camera on and wing it, as you guys know, and that's kind of my style, and I want to keep it that way. If you guys want scripts, you can go watch Sean at Action Retro. He's got some weird, him and that SE30. I tell you, between the SE30 and the Cube, I don't know which one he's crazier with, but I'm telling you, that boy there, he's insane. And then you know, Steve from Mac 84, he does wonderful scripted videos when he does them. You know, and he's got one coming out probably in the next week or so, on a classic Mac repair option, so that will fit into a great Marcintosh deal. So, you know, I don't have a lot of 68K machines. Unfortunately, Steve has over 80% of my. As a matter of fact, Steve. Wait. Yeah, Steve has 2/3 of my 68K machines at his house right now. I only have 3 of them. I have the Classic 2 and my 2 power books. Oh my gosh. I just realized I have no 68K machine. Oh no, I lied. I have the LC 575 in the shed, which works beautiful. But I ain't carrying the damn thing upstairs. Screw that. It's staying there, and I don't want to mess with it until I get the board recapped. So, because mine is working fine, and there's no damage to it, and I want to get it taken care of before there is damage to it. So, you know, so it's you know, it's one of those things. Once I get the board taken care of and everything else, I would like to bring it here and try to lug it up the stairs. I mean, the thing weighs a bloody ton, and restore it back to its original glory. Unfortunately, the plastics are taking, it's typical Spindler plastics. The faceplate broke off, but it's still intact, but the clips that hold it on broke. I never had a back cover, but it's got an absolutely gorgeous screen. It's the 575, so it's got the Sony Trinitron screen, and it works great. I mean, it runs super. The RAM's maxed out. The CD-ROM drive amazingly works, considering the fact I found it at the Salvation Army sitting out in the rain. It's a little rusty inside, but it's nothing major. The case is really rough though, so I might try a Retro Bright with that, but that's going to be further down the road. I want to get the mechanics working first before I worry about the cosmetics. Oh, here it is. So I don't know which one I'm going to do for 1,000 subs, but I might give this machine away instead of the 2008. I don't know yet. This is my 2009. Not really much difference between them, except this one is a little faster. Not much, but it's a little faster. It's in a sleeker case, and it uses DDR3 memory versus a DDR2 that the 2008 model. I actually prefer the 2008 model over the 2009. I like the keyboard better. So I don't know. We're going to see which machine, but we're not even to that point yet. We're only halfway there. This is a 2009 17-inch MacBook Pro. That truthfully I very rarely use because first of all it gets too hot, and second of all it's just too honking big. And the thing weighs a bloody ton. It's a beautiful machine. It works great. It might even be charged. No. It's got a great battery. It's just, it's just too big. So Greg Thompson, from MacYac, he works at Best Buy, and I don't know exactly what he does at Best Buy, but he works for Best Buy, and he gets these people walking in all the time who want to recycle computers. And it's like, okay, so he gets these computers from recycling, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're crap, for what he's getting them for. I mean, but he picked up a couple of MacBook Pros that were 2011 models with the 13-inch screen, so they don't have the cruddy, faulty graphics chips in them, and they're Core i7s, not i5s, they're i7s, and the i7 models are not exactly common. The i5s were the lower model. The i7 was the better one. So he's like, well, I'm going to sell these. So I say, well, I'll buy one. And so slowly, I'm chipping away at paying him slowly, but I've been slowly paying for that. That'll be a much better machine for me to have on my lap and use. I liked having my old 13-inch MacBook. So that's I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I might give this one away. I bought this machine from Vrij a couple years ago, and it's been a great machine. I've upgraded the crap out of it. It's got an SSD in it. I got 8 gigs of RAM, which is its max, and whatnot. So, but hi Floof. You're a floof and floof. Yes. What are you doing, Floof? I'm telling you, he's the sweetest cat in the world. He really is. I could never ask for a better cat than this. I mean, this cat is just... And he loves everybody. I mean, Steve came over here and he had Prada and Simon up his butt as soon as he walked in the door. Those two cats love everybody. The rest of my cats, not so much. So, but I want to thank everybody for coming. And Friday, like I said, Friday I'm going to do another stream. I'm going to fix I'm going to finish fixing the Snow White iMac. I got the part that I'm pretty sure I need, the DC to DC converter. And so we can do that and get that working, because I'd really like to get that to the person who is getting it. So we can get that fixed up. So, well, thank you for anybody who has donated anything to me. So I appreciate it. It's not necessary, but I do appreciate it. Trust me, I will survive. I'm not gonna end up on the streets anytime soon. So, but I appreciate anybody who's willing to help out. I really do. So, I look at it this way. I may not have a lot of subscribers, but the ones that I do have are freaking awesome. So, it's all well and good to have 1.4 million subscribers like LGR or the 8-bit guy, but truthfully, I think I'd be willing to bet you that he probably doesn't have subscribers that would take care of them like you guys do us. So, and I don't speak just for me. I speak for Bruce and Steve especially, because we share a lot of the same subscribers. Matter of fact, almost everybody that's on here was probably watching Steve's stream last night. So, I'm glad you guys love the kitties too. Yeah, that's one thing I do have that Steve really doesn't. Steve does have a cat, but he has rabbits. So, Jay has cats. His cat Meatball loves to show his face every once in a while, and then of course Bruce has cats too. I can't remember his cat's names though. Greg Thompson has dogs. Hrutkay has dogs. Dana has a cat. Oh yeah, Steve's bunnies are adorable. So, but I'm going to cut it off here. I'm sorry everything's been kind of choppy. I don't know what to do. I'm going to figure. I have another. I'm going to be getting my Mac Mini back, because as nice as this computer is, it just can't really seem to handle it. I don't know why. Oh gosh. So, yeah, make sure you guys go and see Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. Of course, go to Action Retro, although he doesn't need any more subscribers. He needs to send me some subscribers. Definitely go see Mac 84, Branchus Creations, and check out Retro Techie and Vintage Apple Tech. And of course Mac Yak. So Steve and I will be getting back together again here soon, because I kind of left his place in a hurry last weekend. I was really starting to get sick, and it's a good thing I did. It appears that I was coming down with the flu, and I was off work for 3 days last week. So yeah, that killed me right there. I've spent 3 days pretty much horizontal in bed, except for slight excursions to get in front of the computer. So, but I like to think we're a tight-knit little community, and we are. So, so support all of us any way you can, even if it's just watching. So, It looks like Steve's going to stream now. So once again, thanks to Steve from Mac84 for the floppy emu. Believe me, it will get the crap used out of it. So on that note, I'm going to say adieu. Or, if you prefer, do svidaniya. And I wish you guys all the best of the rest of the day. So, have a wonderful day while you listen to this absolutely grim music as we go. If I can find it.